Welcome, everyone. UFO Bob, live from bed. I never thought I would do a live stream from my bedroom or being in bed. But I'm dealing with bronchitis. That's right. And the best way to deal with it is, according to the research that I've done online, is to, you've heard it before, drink plenty of fluids, get plenty of rest, and use over-the-counter medication to mitigate the symptoms. And that's what I'm doing. In fact, I've been doing it for quite a while now. I'm taking, this is the brand that I'm using. It is a store brand, not store brand, I guess, a house brand you would call it. This is CVS Pharmacy. You know, you can buy, Tamiflu, and there are other companies with different names, and you have both the, like in this case here, it's a, should try to get the light on it for you. Sorry about that. And you know me, I like the light to be just right. This is the daytime caplets, and then there's a nighttime caplet, which is blue, and that helps you sleep. And pretty much that's what I'm doing. Now, I started getting sick about January 3rd or 4th, and it was the flu, and I did everything right. I even took a week off from work, but about a week or two ago, it was still clinging to me, and then I developed a cough and so on and so forth, and all my friends kept saying, "Oh, you better go see the doctor," and I'm going, nah. You know why? Because in the end, there's little they can do. So I'm going to bring up for you some charts here so you can see really what we're dealing with here. And this is, hang on, see if I can grab this and push it over. There we go. That's a little bit better. So first of all, let me give you a little overview of what bronchitis is. And I'm going to read from notes that I downloaded from the internet, all right? So you don't think that I'm a doctor here that knows what the hell he's talking about. This is just, I'm a patient. All right, so basically, bronchitis is an inflammation of the airways that lead to your lungs. And your airways include your trachea and your bronchia. And what happens is that when you have bronchitis, they get irritated and they fill with mucus. And this causes you to cough. And that's what's, let's see, what else does it say here? Yeah. Now it says here the cough can last a few days to a couple of weeks. It's the main symptom of bronchitis. And evidently there's more than one type of bronchitis. Viruses are the most common. Smoke and irritants can also cause bronchitis. And there are two types of bronchitis. There's acute bronchitis and there is chronic bronchitis. So let's first talk about the symptoms, okay? Basically, a persistent cough that lasts 1 to 3 weeks is the main symptom. You often will cough up mucus, and I've done that. You might get a dry cough. That's what I have now. And you get a wheezing or a whistling. They say take two, whistling or rattling, or they also call it wheezing. And I've got that. He was like, I breathe. And that's the one, that's probably the two things that, okay, let's start again. The three things that bother me most about this is that as I have the wheezing of the breath. I call it like dust in my lungs or like a feather, but they call it a tickle or wheezing. I've got that. Fatigue. I am extremely tired. So that really impacts my ability to work longer than I normally would like to. I've managed to maintain my work schedule for my clients, though I have cut back a bit. In fact, ironically, not more than 15 minutes ago, I got a call from one of my other clients, and he wants me to edit a video regarding a family member of his who recently passed away. And I told him, well, I'm sick. And he said, well, are you up to it? And my answer was yes. unless I'm, on my deathbed, I'm going to keep, out there doing my thing if I can. So anyways, the other symptoms are shortness of breath, fever, runny nose, tiredness or fatigue. I've had all of those in the last 7 weeks. What was interesting to me is that you have two types of bronchitis, acute bronchitis and chronic bronchitis. Now, acute is usually caused by a viral infection and goes away on its own in a few weeks. Most people don't need treatment. Chronic is if you have a cough with mucus most days of the month for more than 3 months of the year. Okay, this goes on for at least 2 years. Now, this is the first time I've had this in a long time. I've had bronchitis before, but years and years ago, so I'm not terribly worried. Now, what is interesting, if you have chronic bronchitis, you actually may also have chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. Okay, and ask your provider whether or not you should get tested. However, what's really interesting is that there aren't any specific tests to diagnose bronchitis. Then why do you go to the doctor? It's crazy, right? Okay, what they'll do is that there are two ways they're going to do it, either a nasal swab or chest x-ray, okay? And I'm not all that keen to go see the doctor unless, literally I'm on my deathbed. And I'm not. I'm on my bronchitis bed. So I'm not going to worry about it. Now, the management of bronchitis. Acute is usually not treated with medication. If you have the flu and your symptoms are started within the past 2 days, in case my case, it's been 7 weeks, your provider may prescribe antivirals to help it go away. But here's the important thing to realize. Since bronchitis is almost never caused by bacteria, antibiotics won't help you get better. It might even make you feel worse. So I'm not going to worry about it. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is, okay, I've had a couple of friends say, oh, you better go see the doctor, you might have pneumonia. Well, I can understand that, but I don't have the symptoms yet of pneumonia. My symptoms, pneumonia, you have sharp pains in your chest, your breathing is much more labored, and you feel pretty crappy. So I'm not worried right now whether or not I have pneumonia. Now, I'll tell you what, if at the end of 3 months I still feel this way, okay, yeah, I'll go see the doctor, okay? So don't worry. Now, that being said, I am not wasting my time lying in bed. Oh, heavens no. There are lots of things I'm doing, including, let's see here. I'm going to get rid of that image up there on the screen. I actually had some more things I was going to show, but they're not important at this point. For those of you who know, I am Christian, and so I read my Bible, and that's what I do when I'm, spending, days and days in bed. And to be honest, I have spent I spent Thursday and Friday in bed. I had to go up to Torrance on business, so I was up there for a little while, but as soon as I came home, I went to bed. In fact, while I was up there, interesting enough, I was visiting a Japanese friend, and that Japanese friend had made cookies and gave me a whole bunch. So I've got plenty of snacks, including this one, which I will eat after I'm off camera, okay? And I've got a cup of tea here. And with this cup, by the way, is from one of my viewers. This is from Michael Sasano in Hawaii. And thank you, Michael. In fact, I'll have a little bit of tea right now. Yeah, it hits a spot. Yeah, I'm a little dry there. So, and speaking of that, probably the main thing I'm doing right now is that some of you may or may not know, but I have a high interest in Japan, and I've been there multiple times. It's been since 2000. Gosh, it's been 24 years. I think the last time I was there was 2000. But I want to go back, and I'm hoping I can go back this year. I had planned to go back when the pandemic struck, so that killed that. So what I'm doing is I pulled out all my old notes and my books, and so I'm just going through all my verbs and learning, reminding myself how to write Japanese and how to speak it. I'm listening to lots of videos online, and I write it both in in Japanese. You can write in 3 styles: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Now, I can read hiragana and katakana fairly well. I know maybe 100 kanji. That's not enough to really get very far. But, and my ability to speak the language is still limited. However, for the fun of it, I'm going to show you a video. Oh, hey, look at that. For some reason, I hadn't seen this. There's Katayamas in the house. Oh, you were there in Japan in 77. Well, I guess you beat me, huh? And who else is here? There's Alas. Hi, Alas. Yep, I have bronchitis. You know that. Okay, that's great to see your comments there. So, again, let me swing over here. I'm going to show you a little bit of a video I made years ago, because years ago, when I first started the channel, I was doing more of a character and talking in a voice, and one of them was about Japan. So I'm going to show you a little bit of it, okay? So here we go. Hang on.
Hi there, folks. It's UFO Bob here. Do you like Japan? Do you like UFOs? Well, if you do, you're in luck. That's right. Because today, I am going to reveal the startling truth about...大変な気分です。ちょっと待って。私は日本語を話す。これは何だ？これ関係ない。もう一度始めよう。こんにちは。こちら UFO バブです。アメリカの秘密基地放送です。今日日本に住んでいる宇宙人の真実を発表します。皆さんが知っての通り、今たくさんの外人が日本に住んでいます。彼らにはとても変な人もいいです。とても変な言葉を話す。行動も変です。実はこの人たちは大半は宇宙人です。本当なんでしょう。さあ、ずっと昔、50年ぐらい前に宇宙人は日本へ来ました。エイリアンについてのたくさんの映画が当時あった理由です。例えば、宇宙人東京に現るたくさんの人が知っているわけではない。映画に出てくる人は本当は宇宙人です。そうです。私はあなたが何を書いているのか知っています。そんなことできない。なぜ宇宙人は英語を仕事にするのか。簡単なことです。楽々と人間に溶け込むこと。